What's up, world?
I just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
They
Insert here.
Yo.
It's a terrible game. Bottom line, it's terrible in every way. Graphically, it's terrible. Gameplay is terrible. It's just terrible.
Angry Nick mad.
That game sucked, and it's gonna suck no matter how many revisions they make, and it just sucked even more because they put a Kinect with it.
Angry Nick mad. Or if there's violence, I'll just laugh and enjoy the fun.
Kaz Harari.
Kaz Harai.
They just kind of got tired of Angry Nick on the first one and say, I'm gonna pass.
Oh, yes, I do. Precisely.
No.
I
No.
do all my work.
No.
And
You guys are
unfortunately,
so
I don't.
cute.
Oh, thank you. I try.
I mean, let's face it, Mario, and to a lesser extent Zelda, is what carries Nintendo at this point.
Always be radical.
I love you, little podcast. You're the bestest thing ever.
For the promise of a new Super Smash Bros. And the Zelda game, yes.
You will not find a better story presented in any other game genre, in my personal opinion. Like, JRPGs have that. They have that story.
That's what the entire game felt like. Oh my god, I want to bang my head into a wall.
It's a podcast again? Can someone remind me? I thought it was a video game podcast.
You're listening to the Game Source Podcast.
Hey, and welcome to Game Source Podcast, video streaming podcast, number 110. This is our traditional Black Friday special that we have every year. Unfortunately, it appears as though it is just the original two who started this whole thing tonight. Gerald and myself. So, thanks, good sir, for joining me.
Huh?
So,
just joshing you. It's a great time to be here. Thanks for everybody for watching, listening, being a part of the podcast. If you have any questions, send it out to us at GameSource on Twitter or GameSource on Facebook. Or you can always email us, info@yourgamesource.com. I thought that was pretty slick.
I don't think we've ever really, I can't say we really ever thought this day was going to come, but I guess the Xbox One nearing 10 million and outselling PlayStation 4.
Well,
I guess is what you called it.
Well, no. Hold on here. It's outselling since they've done the price break earlier this month. That they're now down to $349. They are currently, as of this moment, outselling the PS4. Obviously, that was because of the price change and a spike because of it.
Black Friday influenced that.
Well, not yet. We'll see. A lot of this. We'll touch on this a little bit later with the Black Friday sales going on, and the stakes get even higher because Microsoft is even being more aggressive on pricing. But like I said, we'll touch on that in the Black Friday segment. But I will say that earlier this month when they announced that they were making that price change, and then they went into effect up until I believe it is the end of the year, or just after the end of the year, excuse me, there has been a spike in their favor. They announced that they've shipped over 10 million consoles, which means by the end of the year they'll pretty much surpass that mark. PS4, on the other hand, has shipped about 13.5 million, and probably you could pretty much say even with being number 2 this holiday season, they'll still probably reach that mark as well. They're, according to the numbers, give or take, they're a little bit behind Wii's pace, the original Wii, but they're still very, very, very strong in sales. So let's not underestimate what Sony has done. And then with the Wii U packages are still out there, and it's going to be still a decent seller, obviously buoyed by the impending release here. Actually, it's already released on the East Coast as we are doing this podcast of Super Smash Bros., which was very highly anticipated and should go over well to not only a Nintendo hardcore base, but definitely a wider consumer audience than pretty much anything they've released before previously, including Mario Kart 8 earlier this year. So I'm looking forward to see how those 3 units stack up sales-wise at the beginning of next year and see where they stand, stemming from all the holiday sales. But like I said, you and I will touch on the great deals for everyone later on in the podcast when we touch on our Black Friday stuff. Mm-hmm. But I did want to mention, if you need to get some stuff right now, you need a console right now and you don't want to wait and you're worried about shortages and things of that nature, probably the best place to go right now is Walmart, because they're running a sale on PlayStation 4. The $3.99 version is coming with a $50 gift card, which is, pretty much means you can get a game or PlayStation Plus for a year free. And then also as well, pretty much any retailer has right now at $349 the Xbox One systems, either the Sunset Overdrive bundle or the Assassin's Creed bundle, which includes Assassin's Creed Unity and Black Flag.
Do you think GameStop or Sony will run another promotion like they did last year with the PlayStation Plus deal they were giving?
Well, I will elaborate more in the Black Friday segment of the podcast regarding what deals are being done. I will say this, that Sony's not doing anything really outlandish because they don't really have to, being that they're so well received so far up to this point, with the only caveat being the sluggish issues with Drive Club and that disaster, and a lot of the AAA games that aren't made by them but are being promoted in cooperation with them having some launch issues. But that's the next subject as well. But I will. Well, hold on before we get to that. It is a good time to be a gamer, because Xbox One and PlayStation 4 have hit the 1 year mark, and happy birthday to both, by the way. Congratulations on 1 year in the marketplace for this. I'm now going to say the current generation. It's no longer the new generation or next generation. It's now the current generation that we're in, and with both, they've done very strong sales. And if you're looking at the here and now this holiday season, Xbox One with this price drop is probably going to come out, in my opinion, on top. But for the long haul next year, it may swing back to Sony, because as of the announced titles, more titles as of this point that have been announced seem to be stemming closer to Sony as far as what they've got coming up on their plate. But then again, it's early. So Microsoft may have some more tricks up their sleeve for 2015.
Well, to go hand in hand with what you just presented, regarding the launch issues with game releases, is that going to be? Do you think that's going to be a long-term issue, or do you think that's going to be more of a short-term hiccup that they have kind of like an influx going on? Because I don't know. I know this historically stems from when this all started with with the announcement of the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, and still, to be completely honest with you, even up until this juncture, I've not seen any kind of stellar developments in terms of AAA titles or releases that make me want to go, I absolutely must buy a PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And I know I've presented this. Opinion on podcasts in the past rather as well, and I guess to go hand in hand with the question I just asked you, what is your opinion up until this point? Do consumers have a reason at this point to rush out, even though I understand that Black Friday, which really isn't true to the word anymore since deals are starting Thursday, but is Black Friday in the traditional sense, or the holiday season rather in the traditional sense, is that really a prime time for gamers to go out and buy this system? Because I don't really see any titles that are, in terms of strategy that Sony and Microsoft has been able to really structure to be able to really just say, holy cow, I got to go out and buy a system. I have to have this game. Or there's these 3 games coming out in the next 6 months that I just must own an Xbox One, and I don't know. I mean, do you think that to some degree that there's some percentage of the consumers that are just kind of shaking their heads at this point, going, guys, give me a reason to want to go out and get a system, and I'm just not seeing it. And as a PlayStation 4 owner, Destiny, to be completely honest with you, even this far in, is not really a title that blows me out of the water. It's not a title that sold me PlayStation 4, and I guess right now, as a gamer myself, I'm struggling with trying to, looking back at that purchase and going, I think I could have waited. I don't know if there's. I felt like almost the immediacy at the time that I went to go get my console was almost a mistake at this point. I mean, what's your opinion on all that?
Well, first off, if you're looking for Sony and Microsoft to give you the reasons to buy a current generation hardware, at this point in time, you're not going to find it because there's so many problems and technical hiccups. As I report on in my column at yourgamesource.com/yeselvislives.html, I wrote a extended piece on my thoughts on how you as a gamer can prevent these kind of terrible launches in the future. Titles such as Drive Club, GTA 5, Little Big Planet 3, Assassin's Creed Unity.
Titanfall?
Pardon?
Titanfall?
Well, no, Titanfall didn't have any hiccups didn't have any really extended hiccups on as far as it's concerned. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and Halo, the Master Chief Collection, which was something I'm going to actually share my thoughts on here in the next couple of days, finally, because I can't wait any longer for these issues to be resolved. It's just all these games that I've mentioned have had extreme problems as far as either running the game in a campaign mode or in a multiplayer format, and that's pretty disappointing because several people have not, wide issues of not being able to get on, matchmaking issues galore on a lot of these games, bugs, glitches everywhere. Assassin's Creed Unity, as we've noted on my article, and then also reported on several times, it just got fixed about the not having a face bug. That was prominent, but there's also other caveats and issues to that game running smoothly. Far Cry 4 just released as well, and that's had some issues that consumers are talking about. From my opinion, as I shared in my article, I think it's an issue of a lot of it has to do with these developers need to get to know the hardware a lot better, and they're pushing out stuff for a holiday season that they need to reap the benefits of, and they're pushing out these games when they're not ready. And I think they need to reevaluate how they deal with this, because it's a lot of egg on their face, not only for them, but the manufacturers of the consoles themselves, the PlayStation 4 and Microsoft Xbox One. All of them have to, as a consortium, have to get together and have to figure out how they're going to deal this in a better fashion, because there's been a lot of issues and a lot of angry consumers. Is it going to deter some people from getting a current generation console now? It might, but unfortunately, there's one caveat to this, and that is the retail market. The retail market is trying really hard to incentivize you to feel like you have to get one now, because as again discussed in the Black Friday section of this podcast, there is quite a few deals going on that are just made to entice people to get a current generation system now. And if you get one, all I can say is you have to be patient. You have to be patient for these games to get their act together. these development teams to get their act together, and these publishers to get their act together as well. My suggestion would be, as I stated, and I elaborate it in a little bit wider fashion in my column. I just think you just have to reevaluate whether or not you want to pre-order that game. And I would, a lot of people, I just say wait until your friends, some of your friends, some your sites like ours tell you that it's a game that's consistently able to run in a polished and fair and adequate fashion. Destiny, the game that you talked about, really didn't have many hiccups coming out of the gate, especially for something that was so highly anticipated. So it got through rather cleanly. But its brethren from Activision, Call of Duty, Advanced Warfare, even what was Aaron was playing with the new expansion, Warlords of Draenor from the World of Warcraft series. That experienced some issues and a DDoS attack. And myself today, I experienced a hacker attack as well on my email, so that was not even cool. So I know how that is. But unless you're the person from Puerto Rico who hacked in my account, I think you are. I think you are, Nick. I think you are.
This seems to happen quite frequently, actually.
Well,
I am getting emails from you quite often, random ones.
Well, what can I say? I'm just a popular guy because I, take care of a lot of things for GameSource. But anyways, be that as it may, don't answer those emails. You know me, if I need to get a hold of you, I get a hold of you.
Oh, yeah,
but anyways, but is it the best time to get a console? Actually, you know what, I have to say that the consoles themselves, Sony just experienced with its update, the 2.0 update, a little bit of an issue, but it's fixed itself out in 2.01 and 2.02. But I'm telling you right now, whether most people want to admit or not, it is now the best time to get a next generation console in the next few days because there's some deals that you will not be getting for another 12 months. If you're willing to wait that long, that's fine. But if you really think that with some great releases in 2015, in the earlier part of 2015, that you don't want to miss, maybe it's something you might want to consider right away. So, whether or not you want to really, really hedge your bets, I get the console now, personally, because the deals are at their best. But realize when you're talking about the games, I just wouldn't pre-order a lot of these upcoming games until I know that they're polished and they're ready to rock and roll. There's some great games that are going to be on sale this holiday that are already polished. They're already been up for a while, and they already can provide you with a ton of entertainment. Plus, with PlayStation Plus, which you and Aaron disagree on, from me, on it being a valuable service, and also Xbox Live with the free games that it provides as well. That can also provide you with a lot of extra games that are ready to go as well that you wouldn't normally have.
Well, on you had kind of briefly mentioned it in your discussion, but so on the expansion for WoW, I know WoW has gone through its periods of ups and downs.
Well, right now it's up because it's over. They just announced that they're back over 10 million.
So do you think it's in credit to that expansion?
I think so. I think it's a lot of intrigue and interest in that expansion. It's the first one to come out since the Panda debacle. That's all I'll say.
What makes this expansion so significant that it would?
I think the automatic boost to level 90 is a kicker for a lot of people. And then also as well, it's just been a lot of hype surrounding it as far as how good. There was some beta action that we actually showed off on our, which you can still watch it on our YourGameSource.com. Excuse me, GameSource YouTube page. And you can see also the beta, and then you can also see action from last week when the expansion was released. That OSU water polo aka Aaron, was so graciously provided for us, and you can see how much fun it still is, even for a 10-year-old game. And I think also as well the hype regarding BlizzCon and how well that went over with the general public, with the new game Overwatch that they announced. There's just a lot of good love and good feeling for Blizzard products right now, even with the issues that they experience on the expansion launch. So I feel that right now you're going to see a nice climb to 10. My question is, this time next year, will they go under the 6.5, 7 million that they were at their low point earlier this year?
So I guess moving on to another title. It's not well, I guess you can determine whether or not you would consider it a major one, but Atlas had given us the privilege of reviewing Rulers of the Realm, and I'll have an extensive review on that ideally tomorrow. My first impressions of the game, the long and the short of it is, without spoiling it for everybody else who wants to read the written review.
Or they can check out the video that Aaron did on the PC version. It's also at our Game Source YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, I wasn't real impressed. I am a big RPG fan, and although there were, I think the RPG elements in that game are too subtle. I think the focus is on too much of the arcade style, and I don't know that I like that. I have been craving a very, very good RPG, and that game is certainly not where I found it in the very least. I think there's elements of that game that make it unique, and unique, and I don't know. I think unique in a different way, and the reason for that is because it didn't really do anything for me. I was unimpressed with even the opening to the story. It lacks a level of consistency, I think, and I just think that, again, the elements overall in the game were too arcadish for me. They were not. I don't think the RPG elements were strong enough in that title, and I think that's where it fell way by the wayside for me. And Aaron may be able to offer some other input. Hopefully, maybe on the next podcast we can grab him on and get his feedback on that. But personally, I wasn't in love with it. Not my cup of tea. I'm not gonna provide a review rating on it on this podcast, but guys and gals, make sure you take a look at it keep an eye out open for it tomorrow, and I'll provide a review on that, because I don't want to trash it on air. I appreciate Atlas giving us the opportunity to review it, and although
come on, you want to.
No. It's not going to receive a great rating. So.
Well, but put it this way: it is a new release for the Vita as well, which kind of interested us, and that's what lured us into actually, allowing us to do the review. And yes, thank you to Atlas for allowing us to do it. And I do want to say that it is one of those titles that might slip through the cracks if it's not presented to game audiences such as ours, because the only big title right now to come out in recent memory for the Vita is Freedom Wars, and the Vita, in my opinion, needs a lot more help at this point in time. I know Sony recently stated, without providing any numbers, in an interview with IGN, that the Vita is experiencing some stronger sales, mainly due to the remote play aspect of it for the PlayStation 4. But hey, the Vita still needs a lot more help, especially with 3DS selling, for September, October like hotcakes with the release of Super Smash on that system.
But even with the release of the Vita, and we had argued this point initially at its release too, when we were toting it around, was that it's been weak in software sales from the beginning. I mean, and really that seems to be a consistency with every portable unit that Sony has released or intended on releasing. I mean, look at the PSP Go. I mean, that was an epic failure. I think the problem. I think one of my biggest things is that the Vita with its technological capabilities and the really the beautiful and crisp quality of the games that can really just the sheer capabilities of what the PlayStation Vita is able to offer. It's really saddening and disappointing to me that for something that has a tremendous potential, they're squandering on these piddly water hole in the wall games that nobody wants to play. And like again, I'm not to trash Rollers of the Realm, but it's like one of those niche games where I think I think some people are going to look at it and go, oh hey, this is kind of cool. I mean, it's different in a good way. I kind of like it. For me, I'm a pretty hardcore RPG person. There's just the arcade element and the pinball element in the game was just it was a killjoy for me. Totally killed the game for me right off the bat. Not even gonna lie about it. But I just think that I just wish there was I just wish there was again a reason for me to own my Vita, because outside of the PS1 classics that I already own on there, a lot of the newer titles are either incredibly overpriced, or they're not even worth the price that they're being offered on discount. So,
well, I think the biggest thing as far as the Vita is concerned, and the biggest sign that the Vita is not turning out to be what Sony had hoped, is that there are no deals from any retailer that I have seen. And as you know, I've done extensive work on our Black Friday page at yourgamesource.com. There are currently no outstanding deals on the Vita for this Black Friday holiday. Not even GameStop, the world's leading retailer, specialty retailer in video games, is not even, doesn't even have anything displayed for the Vita other than a used title, and then also sale on the 16 gigabyte memory, but nothing for the actual Vita system itself, which is
I think they're going to quietly work on sweeping that under the carpet in a way.
Well, the problem is they've made their bed with the Remote Play and PlayStation 4 that they actually have, and PlayStation Now and some other things that tie into it, PlayStation TV, PlayStation Vita TV and all that tie into it, that has to keep the Vita alive in some form or fashion for at least the foreseeable future.
But that's more of an
I have a Vita. I like my Vita. I have a lot of games for the Vita, but I don't see anything coming out over the horizon that's going to make me want to keep my Vita for any length of time unless I see some type of different attitude towards it going forward.
But that pitch, Gerald, is more for an extension of the media capabilities. That's not really an extension of gaming capabilities. Yes, Remote Play does offer some in terms of. I just think it's a lot easier if I was trying to sell that product to go, hey, the PlayStation Vita does have remote capabilities. However, with PlayStation Now and some of the other features and components that Sony's now offering, you can do all these comprehensive things not only on your new PlayStation 4, but your PlayStation Vita is now an extension of all those cool media capabilities, and I think that's more along the lines of I think of what the Vita is at this point. But and in any case, I guess kind of transitioning to that topic, but in terms of 1 year into the next gen, or I guess now the current gen, PS4.
Happy birthday to you.
PS4 and Xbox One. Where do they go from here? Where up, down, indifferent, sideways, down the toilet? What? Where do they go from here?
Well, it starts off with obviously trying to make sure you have stability to your game releases to your platform, whether it's Sony, whether it's Microsoft, one of those entities, or both, preferably, has to get their act together, like I mentioned previously, and please get these developers and publishers together and just say, hey, you cannot release these games unless they are, in some form or fashion, all ready to go. You can't have these glitches because it's an embarrassment. You cannot continue to have these glitches. And going forward in 2015 with The Witcher 3, The Order 1886, Bloodborne, Battlefield Hardline, into those games going forward in the earlier part, and even the new Batman game coming in June. Those games cannot have glitches or problems. Otherwise, it's just going to be a continual black eye on both those systems, and who knows? That might be the door opening for Wii U. That might be that door opening just a little bit, correct? So they can just zoom right on in, because Zelda's supposedly coming out next year, and that might provide enough interest for those, for the Wii U system against the other two more popular systems going at this time. What did they need to do? They need to start with that. I know Sony has a lot of announced titles already, but I think they need to even do more than that to make sure that they continue their stronghold with the PlayStation 4. And with Microsoft, Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, was quoted as saying that he's got so many titles that he may have to push some to 2016 as far as from a first-party standpoint. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Because you figure whatever you release in whatever you announce to release in 2015, you got to cut in half. That will probably be delayed. So, be that as it may, there needs to be more compelling reasons why like you do. For instance, you need more compelling reasons why you should hold on to your PlayStation 4. Mm-hmm. And I think with Uncharted coming up next year, and then also you have The Order, Bloodborne, and several other titles on the way. Like I said, those are pretty good reasons as long as they're functioning in a polished fashion.
And don't get delayed.
With Microsoft, Halo 5's already been announced. There's going to be a public beta coming at the end of this year for it. It's just, but it has to be more than just Halo 5 that's going to sell your platform. Because the Halo platform itself is a strong seller. The Halo Master Chief Collection, before the issues became aware, was a really strong seller right out of the gate, and it's a big part of the Black Friday sales, which we'll talk about. But Gears of War, that series, that's currently in development, so we're expecting something in 2016. No later than, in my opinion, because they have to alternate like they did once before with the new Halo, the new Gears, and whatnot. But Microsoft just has to start announcing, probably do it around E3, just start announcing some of these exclusive titles that makes people want to have an Xbox One. They're from where they were at, over a year ago, back at E3 and back at their announcement and their stubbornness and the way they wanted to do things and the way they wanted to have their system from what it is now is a huge step in the right direction. They just need to take that momentum and go a little bit more forward in order to make sure that they can compete on a yearly basis without having to price cut all the time against the PlayStation 4. And as far as Sony's concerned, they just need to make sure that whatever momentum that Drive Club and Little Big Planet 3 and basically their holiday was damaged, because there was a little bit of there's going to be a little bit of residual damage sales-wise from these bad PR issues. They just have to take whatever momentum they had from the other 10 months of the year and make sure that they can go back on that very successful train going forward by providing good quality games from a first-party standpoint that are polished and ready to go. Will it happen? Definitely have to wait and see, but it will be interesting nonetheless. So the future looks pretty good for both. I don't see either one of them catching up to Wii as far as their sales is concerned. I know PlayStation 4 is close, but I have a feeling that's going to ebb and flow against Wii as far as it's concerned. But I do see both heading in the right direction. Wii U, I think it's going to take more than a Zelda game, but definitely the window is open for them to come in and take a little bit of that more of that market share. Things are not as bleak as they once were, even earlier this year, and definitely not this time last year. They're no longer that much of a laughing stock as they were before, especially on the as Super Smash is hitting right now as we do this podcast. Definitely things are going to change around for them in a great fashion.
Well, I guess the probably the part everybody has been waiting for are the Gerald early Black Friday deals.
Well, it's not the early Black Friday deals, mind you, because Black Friday, realistically, and with some retailers, is starting, is already taking place, with Amazon and Walmart and Best Buy, already trying to even start earlier this month, and Target doing some great deals earlier this month. But since most Black Friday sales now occur on Gray Thursday, otherwise known as Thanksgiving, if you get a chance, everyone out there, please, and I'm telling you, please, before you go shopping, if you're interested in buying anything video game worthy, head on over to our Black Friday page at yourgamessource.com/blackfriday.html. It's basically what we've done is list out all the gamer-centric specials from the major retailers that are happening during that Black Friday shopping period, which starts again from Thanksgiving, I think midnight for some retailers, especially online, going forward. So
some as early
the times. Pardon?
Some as early as 6 or 8 in the evening.
Well, some of them start at midnight. In the case of the online, a couple of these online deals, they're starting at Thanksgiving at midnight. And then you have Kmart that opens up, early morning on Thanksgiving. They're already, offering some deals, and then most of the major retailers, the big retailers, start at 4, 5, 6, and so on. And we list those out. I do want to give props to, obviously the leaders in the Black Friday listing industry, BlackFriday.com, BFads.net, and GoodDeal.com. Those, we've been getting information from those sites, as a lot of other entities has been getting, because that's where the ad scans hit. We just take the video game centric part of it and we list it out right there. Plus, we provide links to the actual ad scans themselves, because we want to be fair to the people who actually originally do the hard work on this stuff. But we actually have compiled the list of all the deals right there for gamers, or for anyone who's buying anything for gamers. It's all listed right there on our page, yourgamesource.com/blackfriday.html. And there are a lot of great deals. But before I give you my list of the top 10 deals coming for this Black Friday holiday season, I want to give you my big winner and my big loser as far as the retail market. As far as the hours upon hours I've been looking over these ads, and I've just wanted to share that, and this is something that's not listed on the Black Friday page. This is just my opinion on who I think the big winner and loser of the retail. So set it up for me, man. All right, that was. I'll probably throw on a drum roll, but the big loser.
I did do a drum roll. Didn't you hear it?
I did, but that was pathetic. The big loser for this retail holiday season for gamers, GameStop. I know GameStop traditionally doesn't do that many great deals, eye-opening deals or whatnot. But I've seen the ads, and I've seen the news articles saying that they have 350 to 400 items that they have listed on their Black Friday ad. That's great, but several of them were several of them were the actual just manufacturer suggested retail price that they posted on there. Let's get that out of the way. So you take those out of the equation. There are still a lot of other games that were marked down, but a lot of those games were marked down at higher rates than their competitors, such as Walmart, Best Buy, Target, what have you. So unless you are trading in, but wait, you can go to Amazon, you can go to Best Buy, you can go to Walmart and trade in your games now. So it makes it that much more competitive. So you don't necessarily have to go to GameStop anymore, because
Best Buy actually, they're pretty competitive in terms of what their trading values are.
That's correct. They all are getting it at Walmart, at Amazon, and even Target. They're all trying to do what they can to take a big chunk out of GameStop's piece of the pie. And GameStop, I don't think it's learned a lesson, because their deals are nothing to really go gaga over. Yes, they're offering the deal on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 that has been authorized by Sony, the holiday bundles that they're going to send out. But outside of that, there's really not any eye-opening deals that make anybody really say ooh and ah if they've been reading the other ads like we have. And I list that out there. That was the big loser of this holiday season, in my opinion. The big winner, they just had to be more aggressive when it comes right down to it in their pricing for this holiday season, especially that during that weekend, and they're not. They're resting back on their laurels, and they're expecting you to just trade in your stuff. But the problem is you can trade your stuff other places. But the big winner, as far as retailer is, I'm sorry, Nick, you're not gonna like what I have to say, but the big winner is Walmart. And they're the big chief on campus. They're the big man on campus for a reason. They're the big chief out there. With they've got more buying power than anyone, and they show it off Black Friday. They're already matching all their competitors' Black Friday prices right now as I speak, and they've got some absolutely killer deals this Black Friday, or I'm sorry, Gray Thursday, Black Thursday, whatever you want to call it. Thanksgiving is the actual proper name. But this Thanksgiving, they've got some really great doorbuster deals that are just blowing the socks off of virtually anybody out there. Target's got a couple that provide some interest, but when all is said and done, Walmart's really got some nice stuff going on. Are you ready to hear my top 10 list of the best top 10 deals coming this Black Friday, Black Thursday, Thanksgiving period? You ready to hear them out? Okay, I'll take that as a yes. We're going to start off with at number 10. Number 10, it's a tie. It's going to be from Best Buy, which is a Turtle Beach Earforce PX. It's a surround sound wireless headset. It's normally right in the $150 range retail. It's going to be sold at $79.99 during that period right at Thanksgiving.
That's a half price.
Yeah, it's pretty much. It's a pretty solidly rated headset, but mainly it's going to provide wireless, like I have, but it actually provides Dolby Surround, which mine doesn't. Mine provides surround mono, which is pretty disappointing. But we won't be that as it may. It's Dolby 5.1 surround sound, and it's gotten pretty good reviews on it. And I think it's going to be a pretty good deal for those interested in going to Best Buy on the Black Friday holiday season, shopping season. And a tie with that at number 10 is the Microsoft Store is selling Call of Duty Ghosts, one of your favorite games, I know. But they're selling the Xbox One version for $14.99 come the 27th. And they're selling the Xbox 360 version, brand new, didn't say used, doesn't say reconditioned, says, doesn't say anything, so you gotta assume it's brand new, for $4.99. So that's the 360 version, and the Xbox One version is only $10 more. So that's pretty good. That's definitely something that there's still a lot of people playing the game, still a lot of people on that multiplayer. So definitely it's a pretty good deal there. At number 9, what we have here is the retailer I said that was going to come out on top this holiday season. That's being very aggressive in their pricing. It's Walmart, with a Nintendo 3DS, the XL version. That's the extra large version. It's not the new 3DS because that's still technically not for sale yet in North America. But it's the 3DS XL with Super Mario 2. It's the Gold Edition bundle, and it's going to be at $149.96. And the reason why we say that's a great deal is because a lot of these 3DS XLs are going to be. But that is a good deal because there's the 3DS XL bundles all over the place, but they're being sold at either $199 or $174.99. This is $25 less, so that is really an attractive deal. So if you're looking to get a 3DS XL to play Super Smash or whatever, this is definitely something you got to be interested in. So head on over to Walmart. You got to head on there early because it's Thanksgiving. They're open up at 6, if I'm not mistaken. So but again, on the Black Friday page at YourGameSource.com, we have those times listed that they're scheduled to open. So, number 8, it's the game that you were talking a little bit earlier about. It's Destiny. If you've been on the fence with Destiny, some people have loved it. Some people have not loved it. Some people are in the middle on it. Either which way you go. If you're interested at all in getting into it and leveling up and getting into those raids, which seem to be the best part of the game, you can get your own copy of Destiny at Kmart. Kmart, coming up for the Black Friday shopping season at $24.99. That's right. So that's PS4 and the Xbox One version. The 360 and PS3 versions, I think you can find $19.99 at other places. I do remember, but that again, that's neither here nor there. If you want the new current generation version of Destiny, that's going to be available at Kmart for $24.99. At number 7, and this is something that Sony has given the Mother May I blessing to, and us authorized. They have authorized the PlayStation Camera to be sold during the Black Friday holiday season at several retailers to be knocked $20 off of its camera. The PlayStation Camera will be for that, not now, but will be for that period of time at $39.99. They've knocked $20 off, which is, if you're interested in doing the streaming part of it, which has become very popular on the PlayStation 4. So if you're looking to do a Ustream or Twitch, it's definitely now's the time to do it because it's going to be on sale for that period at several retailers, including Best Buy, Walmart, and GameStop, because Sony's given the Mother May I. So they've knocked $20 off. Now it'll be $39.99 during that sale. Number 6. It's going to be, there's actually a tie again. And these are also, again, on the theme of Mother May I. So what do you think about that PlayStation Camera, by the way, while I'm bringing this up?
I think it's certainly a lot more incentive to purchase it with a $20 price reduction on it. I still think for the camera that's I think it's a little pricey. I think maybe if they would have did like $30 off, or might have been a little more reason to buy it. But $20 is $20.
Well, that's a pretty good. That's almost half off. So on a peripheral, that's usually only led to joysticks and the controllers. excuse me, dating myself there. The Xbox One and the Xbox 360 controllers and the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 3 controllers at various retailers, it will be knocked off $20. Check our listings; it'll tell you which ones. But you usually don't see something like that camera, which is very popular, which sold out last holiday season because people really wanted it for streaming. Was knocked off. Being knocked off $20 this year is a pretty good deal. So at number 6 is a tie. It's the two Mother May I from Sony and Microsoft giving their blessings because you see it at various retailers, including Best Buy, Walmart, GameStop, and Dell. All have this. There's several retailers are going to have this. Basically, just got to check our listings. But yeah, several retailers are going to carry these bundles because they're the standard holiday bundles that are released during this time period. It's the Xbox One 500 gig with the Assassin's Creed Black Flag and Unity bundle. There are download cards that are put in there, and that's going to be reduced to $329, even beyond the $349 price cut that Microsoft has done. They're actually obviously given, since there are several of these retailers are doing it, obviously they said it's okay to knock another $20 off of it. So it's $329.99. And a PlayStation 4 with GTA 5, which has garnered great reviews. In fact, hopefully next week I can actually do a write-up on GTA 5, how much better it is on the current system, PS4 and Xbox One. And PlayStation 4 with GTA 5 and The Last of Us Remastered. That's at $399.99. So that's for the price that you're getting, you would get a PS4 right now by itself. Next week you're actually going to get much more out of it this time next week. So at number 5 from Best Buy. We have the Xbox One with Assassin's Creed, those two same games, Unity and Black Flag, plus a Kinect. Now, again, there are several retailers offering $429 for it because it's being knocked off $20 off of its current sale price. But Best Buy is throwing in another Xbox One controller for free, so that's getting a good kicker on that one. So
that's a good deal for that then.
Yeah, so if you're getting an extra $50 controller or $40, whatever it's going on sale for, that's still a pretty good deal. So that is our number 5.
Really going on sale. That's a value.
Yes. So that's a pretty good deal right there. Number 4. This is something that might interest you. Various retailers, including Target, Kmart, several others, I believe, Walmart as well. Are putting Shadow of Mordor, and it's not just the previous gen versions. It's talking about the current versions for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. That will be on sale for $25 during the Black Friday season, and that's for something. This is a game that's I truly enjoyed my time as far as in that world, and it is definitely a Game of the Year contender. And if you really are getting a PlayStation 4 and Xbox One this holiday, or you think you are, grab this game at $25. It's a great deal because that is truly a deep game, providing you a ton of hours, 30, 40, 50 hours of fun right there. So it's definitely something that the hardcore fans shouldn't miss. Number 3. Number 3 is from our friends at Target. Or as Nick would say, Target. And that's going to be a Xbox One with Assassin's Creed Black Flag and Unity. And that's going to be with a Target $500 gift card. Not $500. I'm sorry. $50 gift card. I was looking at the 500 gigabyte hard drive. Sorry. So it's basically the Mother May I deal that I was talking about earlier that most retailers are doing. They're basically throwing a $50 gift card from Target as a kicker on top of it.
Which in essence is basically a free game, free controller, free something.
or free controller, or free, like you're saying, or free Xbox Live. So yeah, that's a pretty nice deal right there. So if you're really going to go get that Xbox One on Black Friday, Target might be the place you go, or somewhere else, which I'll say in just a minute. Number two, everyone, number two. It's from our friends at Best Buy, which Chris and Corey and you would be most familiar with, and Sam. It would be the Nintendo Wii U, the 32 gig, with Super Mario 3D World, also as well Nintendo Land, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, and Super Smash Bros. Wii U, all for $359.97.
Wow.
Now, the holiday bundle for them includes the Nintendo Land and Super Mario 3D World. But Best Buy, for $60 more, is throwing 2 games, including a current Smash Hit game for them. Well,
nice.
Sorry, pardon the pun. So, if you are interested in getting Super Smash and a Wii U in a bundle that Nintendo should have done themselves, as I've said on many occasions, this is the place to go, and this is the one you want to get. BestBuy.com or them at the store, because this is something you don't want to miss. This is the best.
That's a good deal.
Yes, it is. That's the best Wii U deal out there. That's why it's number 2 for us. It's really something that you want to get, and I really just I'm enticed by it myself. So that leaves us with number 1.
Oh no, number 1.
And it's again a tie from our friends at Walmart. And they've got all these. It's unfortunately no other retailers doing this. It's just them. So get this. Listen to this. If you want an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4 this holiday, listen to these deals. First off, it's one of their doorbusters at the store. So it's in the store only on this. It's an Xbox One, 500 gig with Halo, the Master Chief Collection, which is 4 Halo games plus over 100 maps. And once they get that right, it's going to be a truly, truly, truly awesome game. And a $30 Walmart gift card for $329. They have, if you don't want to go and battle the forces like we are next week, and you want to stay indoors, but you say to yourself, I want a deal too like that.
Well, with your family, like you should be doing.
Well, what are you gonna do? Everybody's gonna be out. There's no more Thanksgiving dinner. Oh well, it's just the way the society is. I'm sorry. Deal with it, man. I'll throw a turkey leg at you. How about that? Okay. So, if you want to stay home and eat your turkey and watch the football games, you can go on to Walmart.com. It's available all Thanksgiving. Here you go. It's an Xbox One with your choice of game, and a 12-month Xbox Live card. So you've got a year subscription all ready to go, and your choice of game. Now it's marked, if you look at the bundle on that page, it has the Halo Master Chief Collection, but it doesn't say it does, so we're not sure if they're bundling it with your choice of game and the Halo. So right now I'm just saying it's the system plus your choice of game and the 12 months Xbox Live card. Maybe Halo thrown in, but I know that's up to them. I don't know if they're doing that or not. But even so, free game, 12 months Xbox Live card, and the Xbox One, 500 gigs for $379. Yeah, that's a pretty smoking deal itself. So even if you don't want to go out and battle the forces of evil out there, you can stay at home and get this great deal.
Cool.
I'm pitching like I'm at a Walmart. I'm working for Walmart. I'm not, I swear. They just got good deals. What can I say? I'd worked on this stuff for a lot and a long time, and you just had to comb over ads after ad, and that's what we came up with. So sorry. If you're looking for a PlayStation 4, this one I noticed as well when I took a second look at the ad. If you want, they have that Mother May I deal for $3.99 for the PlayStation 4 with GTA 5 and Last of Us Remastered and a $50 gift card for $3.99. Now, I mentioned right now you can get the PlayStation 4 with a $50 gift card, but you cannot get the holiday bundle. So they're throwing 2 Game of the Year contenders of last year remastered for a new system right now. Not doing it next week. Black Friday they're doing it. And a $50 gift card for $3.99. So yeah, shebang on that one. Shaboom. Those are great deals. And that's my list. If you want it in more detail, you can just go over to our Black Friday page. Once again, that's yourgamesource.com/blackfriday.html. We'll be out there on Black Friday as far as it's concerned, and making our observations, and hopefully on a future podcast we'll be reporting what we saw and what we heard. But those are some great deals. If you want all the deals and all the specials, just head on over there. yourgamesource.com/blackfriday.html has all the great gaming deals, and I'm going to update it constantly as the more those ad scans come in, because there's still great deals. People like the retailers like the Microsoft Store, Fry's Electronics. I've got to update those, and then even more retailers, if they come in, I'm going to post those too. So I thank I just want to say I thank the large audience that has already clamored to that page, and appreciate it. And we're going to provide you even more going forward up until Black Friday.
And plus, we may have some podcasts coming straight from the insanity of Black Friday, so keep in tune for that.
Okay, we will.
Well, as always, we're appreciative of everybody who takes time in contributing to the site. And when I say that, that really means you guys and you ladies out there who take the time to check out the site. We do this for you, and I have to commend Gerald. He as he does every year, has done an absolutely phenomenal job, and his commitment and hard work in getting that Black Friday page up, amongst all the other great things he does for the site. So I definitely want to give him some kudos on that, because even I find, even after he was done with it, I found it as an incredibly accessible and easy reference for for me to jump on there and take a look at what the deals were without having to do a whole lot of additional legwork. So I got to definitely share some kudos with him on that. But as always, make sure to tune in with us at info@yourgamesource.com.
That's our email.
Yeah, our email. Tune in at www.yourgamesource.com, and make sure to follow up with us by emailing us at info@yourgamesource.com.
Or you can send us a tweet.
Or send us a tweet, hit us up on Facebook. We check all those. We'd be happy to either welcome you as part of the team if that's something you think you'd be interested in, or I like a lot of these bigger sites, as we preach a lot. We love putting your feedback and reading your feedback on the air. So feel free to shoot us a message or something if there's something you'd like to voice, or let me know how much you detest or hate me. It all works out in the wash. So, but seriously, thanks again for tuning in to
I detest you.
110. Yes, I know Gerald detests me, but I guess tune in until the next podcast, and hopefully we'll have some crazy and absolutely insane Black Friday material next week.
I just want to say thanks again for watching or listening. However you get this podcast, we really appreciate it. But hope everyone has a safe and happy Thanksgiving, aka Black Friday shopping season. Hope you're safe out there. Stay dry, stay warm, and stay happy, everyone. Thanks again.
Have a wonderful holiday, and happy shopping.
Do you love games, breathe games, and bleed games? Then this is the crew for you. If you are interested in editorial, podcasting, live events, and exclusive content, make sure to hit us up at info@yourgamesource.com and become part of a team that is dedicated to delivering all the greatest and latest in gaming news and content, all here at yourgamesource.com.